I was going to appear at the annual Gnomecon in Savannah, Georgia, and when I woke up, apparently all hell had broken loose with the weather. Snowmageddon 2015 had decided to come in for round 4 and dump about 2 feet of snow and ice and sleet on the area, making everything suck. Yeah, the state of Tennessee decided to just shut down completely. But not one to let the fans down, I decided to brave the elements and head out. So as I drove through my neighborhood, you could see there that there's a lot of snow falling there, ice on the ground, slippery conditions. But we were just on the edge of Snowmageddon. It had started a couple hours earlier and was headed southeast, of course, in the same direction I'm going. So I decided to try and get ahead of it. And as I reached the interstate, you could see it's kind of whiteout conditions there, very poor visibility. But I just took it slow there, but I started feeling like Vincent Price on The Last Man on Earth, because as you can see, there wasn't shit happening out there. It's me and the ice. That was it. So about 100 miles later, the sun finally came up and visibility improved. A few more people joined me on the roads, but it was still very, very slick. Lots of ice, lots of snow. And then there was this asshole right here that just flew on by like everything was great. He slid off the road a couple of miles ahead of me. Finally making it through the mountains, I got out of the snow and ice, worst part of Snowmageddon gone, but I was dropped into a rainstorm.
That's right. I just made Snowmageddon my bitch. Ha!
So I finally hit some semi-dry road, and I'm following this guy, and I'm just tempted the whole time, saying, should I do it, should I do it? When all of a sudden, just bam, out of nowhere, I'm slammed by a semi-truck and spun around on the road. Yeah, all that ice and snow only to be taken out by a semi-truck like that on dry road. Thank God my reflexes are fast, or it would have been a whole lot worse. My main concern at this point was, how do I fill up the gas tank with it like that? But me and some redneck boys figured it out.
Ha! I made that semi-truck my bitch.
Finally back on the road again after all of that, and the interstate becomes a parking lot for no apparent reason. Yes, the forces do not want me to reach Savannah for whatever reason. But screw that, I made it anyway. There we are, Savannah Visitor Center. I made it. Nah, 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 nah.
Ha! I made that traffic jam my bitch.
The first thing I see outside the hotel, appropriately enough, is a ghost and gravestone trolley, which is right across the street from the Arts College, which is where the convention was being held here at the Coastal Georgia Center. But I had had enough for one day, so I retired back to my hotel room, where you can see there's nice quiet streets of Savannah there, just to relax before my next big day. It was a great day the next morning when I woke up in Savannah, primarily because no one, including Mother Nature, was trying to kill me. You can see there that it was a nice quiet morning, kind of nothing going on, little lazy morning. And I actually had a little bit of time to look around town before I had to go to the show. So I got out and walked along the river and checked out some of the town and, well, found this, which, that's totally legit. I noticed in Savannah that they require you to have a certificate of appropriateness, and I'm never appropriate, so I guess I'm fucked. But anyway, for people that haven't seen Savannah, thought I'd give you a little peek at a few things. This was kind of neat. It's the First African Baptist Church. And as you go across the courtyard into the park, there is a monument erected there dedicated to black soldiers who are all pointing their rifles at the church. Not really sure why they want to shoot up that building.
So baby, brush away your tears and all your fears. Can't you see I'm lost for words to make the leaving easy? But it all comes down to this: whenever I'm away, gets me through the lonely night.
So here's a horror movie waiting to happen. Creepy building in the trees with its own dead end sign right there. I found this monument to World War II soldiers, which was kind of cool. And also right there, apparently the slaves were brought in here on the river and sold right there on the square. So they have this monument erected in memory of that time.
In my memory world, living deep down inside me. It doesn't matter where I go. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. In my memory world.
Hey, look, it's the Lucas Theater. I don't know that George had anything to do with this, but anytime I can make a Star Wars reference, I jump at the chance. Now, this is Bradley's, which has got to be the winner for trashiest business in the area. This is Bradley's right there, and where you can do window shopping for classy items like that. Yeah.
The truth is what you make it. You've gotta take those dreams and make them any way you can. It's you that gets me through the lonely nights, the cold and dark motels, and running reckless through the city lights, talking to myself. You're my memory girl, and you're always inside me.
Well, I found the cemetery, so you know where I was going to be spending the next hour. I'm fascinated by cemeteries, especially old ones, and apparently a lot of people from the Great Yellow Fever epidemic are buried here, along with people such as the first person that published a newspaper in Georgia, the first person that promoted a steamboat in the area, things like that. So lots of old gravestones, old tombs scattered all through the area. Pretty neat little cemetery, kind of just hidden right there in the middle of the city.
It doesn't matter where I go. You're in my heart.
Hey, there's another smashed up car. Looks like that semi-truck driver fucker tried to get them too. Here's a mixture of buildings, a little red roofed area there next to a classic old style building. And one of the most interesting ones I found in the area was this really kind of creepy, odd looking place. And then you'll see that right next to places such as this, which apparently these attorneys at law are doing really well, charging way too much fucking money because look at the building they're in. Anyway, my time for sightseeing was drawing to a close, and I had to go over to start Gnomecon. So back to Gnomecon, the convention I was in town for. There's the creepy little fucker right there. Gnomecon started, and there was a little line there waiting to get in early Friday morning as people were finishing getting set up, the tables and dealer room and little areas where things were going on. Lots of little vendors and things getting ready to set up there. I had a good spread there of 2 tables, lots of room. And, of course, there was a room for board games and gaming, which people started hitting their first thing in right through the doors. And, oh, look, Mario and Green Mario showed up right there, along with Dr. Horrible and, is that like Captain Hammer, I think, there? Lots of cosplayers at this convention. There you see some colored hair people in the dealer room checking some stuff out. So people started filing in slowly there Friday morning, checking out what people had, and more people started filtering through the door, which was surprising for early on a Friday. Normally you don't see that until Saturday. And oh, Wolverine's here. Hey, there's Wolverine sitting next to Miss Sinister. Now they had this silent auction going on that had all these kind of cool prints and artwork and games and stuff, all kinds of little things you could bid on. And I was looking down through here, and oh, what the hell? Hey, there's a copy of The Hospital. I know that movie. There were all kinds of fun activities planned. There was this improv troupe, Odd Lot, that did a hilarious show. on stage, as well as screenings like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and panels and art demonstrations, costume contests, lots of cool stuff. I mean, tons of cosplayers and art and things. And oh, did I mention that there were tons of cosplayers? Yeah, there's tons of cosplayers. Look at this, very cool. People in costume all over, and a lot of costumes I'd never seen before. Even the Savannah Derby Devils were dressed up right there. And something I'd never seen at a convention before, a table for Fans for Christ. Never saw that. Now, while in town, I ran into this joker, Scott Tepperman from Ghost Hunters International, and his girlfriend Kim, right there, who got together with me, and we had some dinner at this cool little restaurant by the river that you could look out the window and watch the freight barges pass by with their loads of goods. After dinner, we were going out to a paranormal investigation, and on our way, we came across a film set.
This is top secret Truth or Dare 5 footage, Jim. We really can't have you showing this. Let's move along.
Like I said, we were invited to go on a ghost tour by Patrick Burns, right there, who he and his wife Marley arrived there by bicycle, and Patrick is from the TV series Haunting Evidence, and he invited us to come along on the Savannah Ghost Paranormal Investigations tour, and he took us around to some cool locations into the darkness there, and we learned a lot of stuff about the history of the locations as well as some of the hauntings, and even did a little investigating as we went along. And it was kind of a neat tour because it wasn't the typical ghost tour. We did get to learn about the history and things like that, but the cool thing is he brought equipment so you could actually investigate some of the places as we went. Now, one of the most interesting places that I really liked was we stopped at the house where the murders took place. You can see there behind Patrick. That's the location that the hit movie and book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is written about and filmed about. It's right there. It's that house. And we got to look right outside the window of the study where the murders happened. Super, super, super cold night, though. It was dropping fast. And Scott shared this information with us.
So if you see any balls on the ground, let me know, because I think one of mine just snapped off and rolled away. It's freezing.
So if you get a chance to book a tour with Patrick at the Savannah Ghost Paranormal Investigation Tours, do that. It's very cool. I had to get in bed, though, because there was another day ahead. Another day at the convention, Gnomecon, which was full of more activities that I was really looking forward to. I want to thank all the people at Gnomecon for just welcoming me to Savannah and putting on a really fun show. Also, thank you to Patrick and Marley and the Savannah Ghost Paranormal Investigation Tours for having me on that. And I hope to see the fine folks of Savannah again very, very soon. Thanks to everyone.